Wartet! Ihr habt uns gerettet. Dafür schulden wir euch zumindest eine Warnung. Diese Stadt ist nicht nur mit Dämonen verseucht, sie ist eine tödliche Falle. Die Gargoylen, die ihr überall sehen könnt, scheinen harmlos. Doch das sind sie nicht. Sie schlafen. Sollte euch eine der Medusen erblicken, die durch die Straßen von Mulandir streifen, dann wird sie die Gargoylen erwecken. Die steinernen Bestien werden über euch herfallen. Vor ihnen gibt es kein Entrinnen. Viel Glück, Runenkrieger!
Alright, welcome back to Mulandir this time, and let me just address the elephant in the room. The gameplay looks different. It does, indeed. The reason is actually quite funny, but let me tell you while I get the monument going here. So, I had to reinstall SpellForce, because I was, you know, doing something with it. And reinstalling it just kind of, you know, fixed all the issues I had with the version. Now, the main reason why I tried reinstalling it is because I let me make the difficulty high. Damn, okay. Gotta apply that one. And music perhaps a little bit down together with SFX. There we go. So the reason why I did that is because I wanted to test something out with the game. I wanted to make the recordings look nicer. It's something I've noticed in some of the recordings in the previous episodes. They weren't bad, but, you know, it was kind of patchy at times, a little pixelated. I didn't like that, so I was looking for a way to fix it. This made me realize that the recording software I was using, which was Bandicam, was kind of not cut out for the job. Which is weird, you know, I was always happy with how Bandicam worked, but for some reason it just didn't do it properly there. So, yeah, it didn't do it properly there. I did some reinstalling, started using OBS. Now, the problem with OBS was that I just kind of couldn't record the retail version of it properly because something didn't want to, you know, work, I guess. So, I re-downloaded the Steam version of the game. And when I re-downloaded it, fully expecting to have, you know, like, health bar issues and whatnot, I just kind of started the game and, this is it, right? I didn't do anything, which is super weird because, I was convinced I'd have some difficulties doing that. But anyhow, luckily I don't, so we can continue playing as normal. From now on, though, in 16:9, why is my character running? Yeah, from now in 16:9, and I'm probably gonna have to do some audio adjustments, but pretty sure I'm gonna do that in post. And yeah, hopefully the quality is gonna be a little bit better. Right, the quality of the actual video itself when you play. Now, Mulandir. Mulandir is an important city, because it's one of the only cities on EO where you can find an invite link to my Discord, which is in the description below. Right, so if you check that one out, it's only here. Apart from that, Seed of the Circle, built by Isgrim, when the Circle was looking for a, you know, for a place to settle in, basically. The main thing with the Circle choosing a place, like there's a Medusa there. The main thing with the Circle choosing a place to stay is, because the Circle was independent, as a kind of, do you want to say form of government? I wouldn't really call them form of government, but they were independent. They weren't part of any kingdom, they weren't part of any, you know, any already established anything, really. They needed a city that was, you know, just kind of not part of anything. So they decided to do Mulandir. Or rather, they decided to build Mulandir and use that as the city. And during the time of the Circle, Mulandir was most likely the city, you know, as the biggest, best in everything. I mean, it had the circle mages in it, so that makes sense. But after the war, you know, the convocation, the war, you can see the city doesn't quite look as nice anymore today as it once has. I'm probably gonna go kill this Medusa, but not here. It's a bit risky here. I'll wait for her to return, then I'll do it. Or maybe over here, you know, there's two gargoyles. So, the Medusa are interesting on this map, because they're super difficult to deal with, yes, but they may be super difficult to deal with, but... Oh wait, there's other people there. You can kill them. In fact, you can kill them so much that if you really, really wanted to, you could get rid of all the Medusas on your first visit to this map. It takes a little bit of finesse. It requires pretty much like bait and switching them and having kind of one Medusa to trigger the gargoyles to transform while... Actually, let me show you. So, how it works is this. We take the weakest one, like you just, whatever, trigger this one. And obviously he's gonna die. Like, there's no way he survives. But it doesn't matter. Because what you can do is kill all the guardians in the meantime, like this. And then you just kind of resummon him, send him back, and repeat the process. But that's basically how it works. And you see we spent basically no time and killed 3 of them already. I don't think they ever give you any loot, but if you're someone who's looking to clear this map completely, this is the way of doing it. They do give some nice XP. And once you're done with them, you can also kill the Medusa. Like, she's gonna be a bit tougher to kill than they are, obviously. But not impossible. The main issue with her is that she also, she can, you know, put this petrify spell on us. And she attacks very quickly. So, yeah. See, even with him being healed, just doesn't cut it. Oh, okay, unlucky. Just stay here. We're gonna try and use some spells on here. I don't think most are gonna work. No, they will not. It's very unfortunate that, you know, we were the ones who got petrified. But yeah, you can see the Medusa packed quite a punch, actually. Ooh, okay. They pack a big punch. What the hell? Oh no, you tank, please. Is it me or is it him? It's me, okay. Whatever, he should be able to take her, I think. No, he's not. Okay, he is. Okay, whew. So, yeah. As evident by this little example, you can kill the Medusa. It's just, you know, a little bit of a challenge to do. Also, you know, having one hero just die on the spot doesn't really help. But you kind of have to do it, because if you want to kill the gargoyles, like, my suggestion is always keep one of the Medusas that's kind of in the corner. Actually, this one was a nice candidate for that. But you keep one of them that's kind of like off to the side, and use it to trigger all of the other gargoyles. Like here, you can kill these 2 gargoyles, and you can kill like these 2 gargoyles. It's not that difficult. It just takes time. For the sake of this Let's Play, I will not be doing that. But if you're ever, you know, playing this map, you should try it sometime. There's 2 of them here. eventually it becomes a lot easier to kill the Medusa too, because you're gonna have a part of the map with no gargoyles that you'll inevitably wander towards, and yeah, that part you can just kind of use to, you know, kill her. Now, for this map in particular, for those of you who've played Mulandir before, you know that it's a relatively short map. Mulandir in itself. We need to go up here to the Guardian, which, you know, it's whatever. We'll get to that. And once we've done that, we're kind of finished with what we need to do in Mulandir. We will get back at some point, but not right now, because we need to go to either Farlon's Hope or the Rift. Because of that, we will do some side questing. A side quest we're going to do is Amra and Leia. Someone pointed out correctly in one of the comments, the last part of Amra and Leia's quest is not in... damn, they do a lot of damage. Is not in Whisper, it's in the Howling Mounds. I forgot about Amra's grave there. But yeah, we'll go to the Howling Mounds, finish that, and then I think we'll be able to do one more quest for Flink McWinter. Anything else we can do? Wolfskin, Trickster, Dragon Armor, Earthblade. Earthblade we'll be able to complete, so that's something as well. Oh, yeah, since we don't have, we're playing in 16:9, we don't have the thing on the right-hand side anymore. I can't put quests there. I could put them on the screen, but I just don't think that looks nice. So I'll still be putting the quests we solved in the description of this video. So if you want to check it out, just go down there, read it, it should be good. I think we'll also be able to do Delicate Fabric, yes. So we can do quite a few quests, actually. Pretty fitting for this map to be like this. You know, usually when I play this map, I like to go from the right side, from the left side and work my way up. Now we're doing it a bit differently. I'm seeing most of the things we're getting in these chests is horrible. Not good at all. Not good at all. This one we can use. There's 3 hero monuments on this map in total. That's the second one. The third one's up there. It makes sense for it to be the... Oh, speaking of monuments. This here I have yet to slot in, so let's do that. Oh, is this our first encounter with demons, by the way? I think it is, no? Yeah, I don't think we really fought demons before this map. Blutstein. Ah, that's a legendary mistranslation. Blutstein. I mean, we are playing with German voices, but the text should be in English. Blutstein kind of escaped the translation on that one. But okay, while you guys are fighting here, what do I need to do? Let's do woodcutter, let's do mine. Vicious Hut, we are getting a lot of damage on us. What's going on here? But yeah, the demons, they are pretty strong. Let's go down here. This is where the portal towards the rift is. We can't enter it yet, but we'll be able to soon. A couple of Drakelings should be fine. Orb reading. Mace Carver? And then I reckon Fire Starter, Small HQ. It's funny how every time I open this sorting window for any race, there's always people, because everyone's got their preference, right? Some people just prefer to have all resource buildings first, and all like army, military buildings, and so on and so forth, which is fine. I understand that. I completely understand what you mean, but I always just kind of stuck with the, I guess, general way of doing it, the way the game gives you, and never thought about changing it much because, you know, I like this way. But it's completely fine if you have your own preferred way of doing it. Alright. I'm not in that big of a need for items, with the exception of one. There's 2 gargoyles here. And actually there's 3. That'd be a bit tricky. I need to find something better for Severus here. Severus Snape. Maybe he is Snape. No, but I need something better for Severus. And fast, because he's wearing a level 3 robe right now, which, you know, I don't have to tell you that a level 3 robe, when you should be able to wear like a 6 or a 7, is not ideal. Alright, let's try to avoid this Medusa. Or maybe we could go back. I want to clear some of the stuff here. And I want to kill that demon too. So we'll see. But actually first, let's go in here. This is going to bring us closer to talking to the Guardian. Which, you know, I guess we might as well do first. If we're already here, we're going to go back anyway. But I would have to say this would be the first time I talked to the Guardian before clearing everything else. Well, with the exception of the Medusa. The Medusa I rarely clear, just because it takes so much time, you know? You could, of course, like, speed enhance your game and do it, but I'm not the biggest fan of doing that. Not with the Let's Play. And the enemies on this map pack a no... Huh. 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 Okay. This is new. Mind you, when I reinstalled this game on Steam, I didn't do anything to it. I just installed it. It's on patch 1.61. This is one of the other changes compared to the previous episodes. Because it works fine, I didn't want to touch anything. And I'm happy playing 1.61. I don't mind the version. But that's new. I think they must have changed some of the spells for enemies. Or perhaps not changed them, but maybe the enemy always had the spell, it was just broken in some ways, so who knows? In any case, yeah, okay, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult, especially on the Rift. I feel like on this map it's whatever, because there's gonna be a few of them. On the Rift, not looking forward to that one. But that's 2 episodes away, so we'll be a little bit stronger once we get to it. Anyhow, what do we need to do here? We'll need to go up here, and I know for why. Then we'll go down here. Clear this. Yeah, okay, should be fine. Before anything though, let's talk to him.
Lange ist es her, dass ein Mensch auf diesen Pfaden gewandelt ist.
Wer seid ihr?
Einst diente ich dem Zirkel. Nun wache ich über die mächtigen Schätze Mulandirs. So lange, bis die Welt wieder bereit für sie ist.
Well, one of these treasures we really need, my guy. So, if you could help us, we appreciate it.
Ich suche den Phönixstein.
Ein Schmuckstück von gewaltiger Macht, das ihr da begehrt.
Seine Macht ist die letzte Hoffnung für uns. Einer der Zirkelmagier ist zurückgekehrt. Nur der Phönix kann ihn noch aufhalten.
Dann wisset, dass ihr die Wahrhaftigkeit eurer Worte beweisen müsst. Solche Macht wird nicht leichtfertig vergeben. Seid ihr bereit, die Prüfung zu empfangen?
What's 2 plus 2? 5? Yeah, that seems about right. Here's the Phoenix.
Stellt mir eure Prüfung.
Einst lagerte in den Archiven des Zirkels ein wundervolles Kunstwerk aus Glas, das jeden, der es betrachtete, unweigerlich in seinen Bann schlug. Während des Krieges wurde es zerschlagen. Die 4 Bruchstücke wurden gestohlen. Seit jenem Tag haben diese Splitter Leid über diese Lande gebracht. Denn sie schüren die Gier der Menschen. Viele mussten schon ihretwegen sterben. Mächtige Magier suchten nach ihnen und stürzten alles ins Chaos. Findet die 4 Splitter und erlöst das Land von ihrem Fluch. Dann will ich euch die Macht des Phönix anvertrauen.
Wo finde ich die 4 Splitter?
Sie befinden sich noch immer in den Düsterlanden, wenn auch in alle Richtungen verstreut. Ihnen wohnen verschiedene Eigenschaften inne. Einer gibt Freude wie der tanzende Frühling. Einer glüht wie der warme Sommerwind. Einer ist wie das nachdenkliche Licht des Herbstes. Und einer wie die schwermütige Stille des Winters. Ein Abenteurer und Plünderer namens Turgin stahl den Splitter des tanzenden Frühlings. Er ließ sich auf dem Gottwall südlich von hier nieder. Der Splitter des Sommerwinds war zunächst im Besitz der Magierin Thalia. Doch Armun, ein Dieb aus dem Süden, entwendete ihn. Er floh nach Farlonsheim und dann verlor sich seine Spur. Sucht dort nach ihm. Der Splitter des Herbstlichts war lange verloren. Er muss seltsame Wege gegangen sein. Jahre später tauchte er dann im Besitz des Kaufmannes Farlon auf. Ihr findet seinen Handelsposten westlich von Farlonsheim. Das Bruchstück der Winterstille befand sich ebenfalls im Besitz Thalias. Sie nahm ihn mit auf ihre Reise nach Osten. Sie zog aus, um Ulater, den Fürsten der Dämonen, zu schlagen. Keiner hat je wieder etwas von ihr gehört. Niemand wagte es, ihr in den Spalt zu folgen. Hinein in das Reich der Dämonen.
I guess we'll be the first idiot to do that, eventually.
Was ist so besonders an diesen Splittern?
Das Kunstwerk, zu dem sie gehörten, war eine Glasmalerei. Ein Gemälde aus Farben und Magie. Die uralten Former selbst haben dieses Artefakt einst angefertigt. Es ist ein Abbild der Zeit. Und doch noch viel mehr. Es sind Träume, Gedanken, Gefühle in unglaublicher Macht und Tiefe. Wer es einmal betrachtet, wird unweigerlich von seinem Zauber gefangen. Deshalb seid froh, wenn ihr es nie in seiner Gänze erblickt. Ihr würdet nie wieder derselbe sein. Selbst die Splitter, in die es zerbrach, besitzen noch einen Teil seiner grausam schönen Macht. Der Zirkel fand es in den Ruinen der Former und bewahrte es lange auf. Nur wenige bekamen es je zu Gesicht.
Ich habe ein Bruchstück des Kunstwerks.
Zeigt her!
Hier ist der Splitter des tanzenden Frühlings.
Ihr konntet ihn diesen Dieben entringen. Nun wird er wieder seinen rechten Platz einnehmen.
Not suspicious at all that you've got, like, briar guards behind you. Is it, Mr. Guardian? Well, let's just... I think we shouldn't think about things like this too much, right? Maybe they're just friends, you know? They're friendly. They won't do anything bad, hopefully. And we, in the meantime, will just... 54... Now we don't have to do anything here. Wisdom... Nah, it's fine. We'll have to put some points in it eventually, but not yet. But yeah. Nothing funny about that, is there? And I had to cough so hard during this conversation. I'm gonna mute it out, but It felt like I got something in my throat, like a speck of dust or something, and I just couldn't get it out, so... luckily you won't have to hear that. Anyhow, what I'm looking for is a helmet. A helmet that's maybe, perhaps, better than this one. Yet I believe I find no such thing. This one would be, but this one we can't use for a while. White magic we also can't really use. Though it's very rare that you have to, maybe we should look at merchants soon. Anyhow, let's continue, do a little quick save. But yeah, we are gonna have to get the 4 fragments. I think the portal here opened now. It did. So we can go through it if we want. We won't, not yet. Mainly because at this point, you have a choice as a player. You can either go to Fallen's Hope or you can go to the Rift. The game lets you do both, so both are, you know, completely up to you. The difference is that I think the Rift is a lot more difficult. Is it? I mean, well, whenever I played it, I always found the Rift to just be this kind of, you know, tougher place. Mainly because you have no allies on the Rift. Everything is trying to kind of get to you, so I tend to leave the Rift for last, out of these 2 maps. You don't have to, mind you. You can perfectly just do the Rift at your own discretion whenever you feel like it. But you know, it might be a little bit difficult at this point. Now, before we do that, we have a little bit more of this map to clear. There's 2 things I need to get on this map specifically. There is the Blood of a Demon, which we will get in... down here, I think. And there is the Spider Silk of a Phantom Spider, which is from the starting area, kind of like this way. And we need both. Once we get both, we will not go to Fallen's Hope, we'll actually go to Greyfell. Actually, no, we'll go to Windholm first, and then we'll go to Greyfell. We're gonna get a nice sword, so that's gonna be a little upgrade. Whether I can use it or not, I am not entirely sure, actually. Might not be able to. Filing, Lesser Demon, there's a... what's his name? Something with N. Should be a demon with a special name wandering about here. I think he's barely hidden over here. But yeah, we'll go to him, and then we can continue. Well, these give quite a nice chunk of XP, and we got to level 19. Oh, there we go, Plexa Mim Tar. What his deal is, we'll figure out soon enough, on the next map, actually. But for now, we just need something of his. Something very important that I doubt he's gonna want to part with what we need, but hey. Sometimes, you know. Sometimes you just do need what you need. It's his head. We're gonna take his head. Interestingly enough, though, I was always curious as to how that worked. So, obviously, right, for gameplay-related reasons, if there's an item that's important for a quest, you can get it at, you know, where you're supposed to get it. In this case, you're supposed to kill him, you would get his head. Now, it makes sense for us to go get his head once we know that we should go kill him. But that's something we're only gonna figure out on the next map. It's gonna be related to a side quest. And the person there is gonna tell us, you know, go kill him, and we're probably gonna need some proof. Right, the head's gonna be basically proof that he's dead. Now, that's all fine and well, but without going on the next map to Fallen's Hope and talking to Rigor Mortis, who's gonna give us the quest, it's just kind of weird, no? Like, we go here and we just kill and behead this guy because, you know, well, just kind of do. No particular reason for it. You know, some might think that's a little bit morbid, but hey. Never stopped us before. Again, obviously, gameplay reasons, right? They need to make it as such. What would be interesting, though, is if you perhaps... let me actually put the SFX stuff a little bit lower. What'd be interesting is if you... Like, you could kill him, but you couldn't behead him. His corpse would just remain here. And then once you talk to Rigor Mortis on the next map, then his corpse kind of unlocks, if that makes sense. And you're able to click on the... you're able to loot his head from it, pretty much. I got some good pants, let me see. Well, not really for me, but... He might want to... Ooh, combo. Let's go. These ones I can't wear either, so... One thing... Oh, do I have to run all the way back? I do. Okay. One thing I'm noticing is, there's a lack of daggers. I mean, I've got level 7 piercing weapons, which is fine, but I would much rather have level 8, for obvious reasons. We just ain't really getting level 8s. Which is, you know, it's a bit of a shame, but hey. Bit of a shame. Crystal Mage Shield. Well, not something we are ever gonna use, but might come in handy. Alright, let's clear the left side of the map, and then we can move on. Is the demon visible now? I think he should be... Filing. Fire. Huh. Oh, there we go. Ardzak. Just kind of missed him here. Tucked away. Oh, come on. Oh, he gives you melt. He gives you this spell that just kind of makes you more susceptible to fire magic. It doesn't do any damage, but it's super annoying. I think it's okay in combination with, you know, fire spells. The way he does it, he just kind of like puts it on you. It's like, bam, here you go, take that. Okay, now ideally, perfect. There we go. This Medusa goes down here, and we just bolt it for this here. We need her out of the way, otherwise it's a bit of a problem. We could actually kill her. I mean, down here, probably gonna trigger 2 gargoyles. But we could do the same thing. You could have someone like trigger her there, kill these 2, and then bring her back, but... We don't have to, necessarily. Alright. I have so many spells to sell. When we go to Greyfell, let's do that. I feel like that'd be a good first thing to take care of. Are we... Yikes. We are not quick enough. Guess we're gonna have to wait. Well, let's go here instead. Yeah, I thought we'd be quicker, but I kind of underestimated how far it is. Now, there's 2 guardians here, which we are definitely not gonna deal with. Even if we really wanted to... Oh, there's 3 in the middle here. The middle part here is probably the trickiest one to navigate, because there's a lot of them. Or we can get rid of these, and then... get rid of these, and then just kind of wait for her. I do want to loot this at some point. But we'll do that later. We need to pay attention to the timings. Alright, Dragon Scales, Earthblade. Oh, okay, these are visible. I was like, what the hell was that? Interesting. Oh, right, something I forgot to mention. And I'll show you this when you go to Greyfell. I actually tested this out before starting this recording for the episode, but I forgot to say it earlier. You can go to Greyfell at this point, and I believe, well, it's before entering Mulandir, but I believe you can still go in now and talk to him about the Phoenix. And he's going to give you a little... Well, I wouldn't say he's going to give you a tip for Mulandir, but he's going to tell you a little bit about it. For example, did you know that this part of Mulandir, where the Guardian is right now, it's in the north of the city. It used to be the center, though. So, back in the day, before everything got destroyed, you see this? There's like more of the city over here, in this part. Not accessible to us, but it's there. Way, way, way back in the day, it used to be that this is the center of the city, the archives and everything. And the actual city was around it. So you can see the city was huge from what it was. But most of it, especially the northern and like eastern part, got destroyed. And this became kind of like north now. But yeah, that's something you can miss. Unless told by Sartorius in Greyfell. We'll try and talk to him, just so I can give you this conversation, but... Always good to check out conversations when you can. Alright, you do that. I saw a new curse spell that I would love to take advantage of. This one. There we go. And this one. Now, admittedly, we aren't really using poisons that much. Because we don't have to, but... Maybe I can put it on this lesser demon. Just to weaken him a little bit. Oh, no. On this Drakeling. Hell yeah, on this demon too. Let's go. It's hardly gonna be enough to kill them, but hey. Oh my lord. Please help me. But yeah, poison really seems weak. I had hoped... I think a good way of changing poison and make it a little bit better than pestilence, in some ways, is if pestilence is kind of like this. You infect them with pestilence, and they just kind of die after some time, unless they get healed, which is how it works. It would be nice if poison applied some sort of, you know, like negative effects to the person, right? Maybe a combination of something like Aura of Slow Fighting and Aura of Inflexibility. Like you put all of them on one person, plus a little bit of damage by using poison. I feel like that would at least make it nice to use. Because you would have like a, you know, I want to debuff this enemy. This enemy is really strong. Bam, put poison on him. It even makes sense if you ask me. I mean, I can't imagine people, even creatures, fighting on, you know, at full strength being poisoned, so... That'd be a neat change, in my opinion, at least. But okay, the Seductress and the Fire Terror over here is probably gonna use the spell again, isn't he? He is. We are gonna run from here if he uses it. Yep, let's run. These spells are insanely powerful. The best way to avoid them is just to run out of them. It's a spell you, as well, later in the game, can use for your own. It's a very powerful spell, though, so... not just your average Joe can use it. But I believe later, from level 10 or 11, you do get a spell like that. You get one for fire, for ice, and there's one for stone. The stone one's kind of... I don't want to say bad, it's not horrible, but it's... you know, it's there. The thing is, I believe the stone one does the most flat damage. So, if you hit someone with... like, if a stone drops on you, it's the most damage you're gonna do out of all of these. The problem is that, you know, fire usually does more, like, overall damage, because of the fire burn effect, and, because of the burn effect, and the ice one freezes, obviously, which I feel like both of those are superior effects than what the stone one can give you. One benefit of the stone one, which... Actually, I think the stone one might be a little bit better at just one-shotting weak units. Because stone magic, unlike... You see here, if you go on our character, fire, ice, black, and mind magic. 4 resistances. Stone, elemental magic, actually scales with the armor, I believe, of the enemy. So, if the enemy has more armor, it'll do less damage. We've got armor class, right? 177, 130. Right, the more you have, the less damage those spells do. Which is good if the enemies are super weak and you just want to one-shot them. But again, I just feel like fire and ice offer so much more. Like just in terms of how valuable they are, how much you can utilize them. Alright, let's get rid of you before the Medusa shows up. I think one of them goes not here, but up here. So we're gonna be oh, this one, okay. So we're gonna be a bit careful. But that's the name of the game in Mulandir. Just be careful. Tread lightly. Go to places where, you know, there's not that many enemies. And try to, like, chip them down a little bit. Oh, this is a good example of more of the town being visible. It's not, you can't go there, right? It's not accessible. But it is there. And it's the same in the north, in the east, in the south, like, in every place, pretty much. While we go to Greyfell, I should also probably buy a stronger Orc rune, because the one we got is level 10, I believe. We can get level 11 in Greyfell, but you have to purchase it. It does make a big difference when you go to Farlon's Hope, trust me. Having one more level means that there's only one level difference between your units and the enemy's units. So, you know, I'm not a math expert, but one level is less than 2 levels, so... I'll take that. Easy to miss though, if you don't check out merchants frequently. There's one in Greyfell that sells this, and he sells a troll rune. But if you don't go to that merchant, right, you'll just never know that, because it's never said. So, tip, as always, check out merchants. Sometimes they'll have good stuff. Most of the time they'll have useless, you know, crap. But sometimes, might as well. Alright. Oh, some more for Curse. We do have it on 6 already. So sadly not going to be too much of a difference there, but... Alright, let's go back here. Let's ignore you. I do want to clear these. I really do. The Medusa's a problem. The Medusa is a problem, though. It would give us a little bit of XP. Definitely would. But it's not as if we have to do it. I mean, we're gonna get back to this map. Twice, actually. And when we're a little bit stronger, and when we have better rune heroes, we might as well go kill all the Medusas. Because, I said earlier, we're not gonna kill all the gargoyles. We will kill all the Medusas. Don't worry. The Medusas are going to be gone. So maybe we should leave that for when we do that. Just because it's, you know, tedious to have to balance, like, oh, I have to go back here and then pull these and pull these. It's very risky. Not impossible, but risky. So I would rather start by getting rid of some of the Medusas. Not right now, though. We could, but with the... Well, you saw when we killed that one Medusa here. We would take casualties. It's a bit easier when you can respawn them with your monument. For example, if we fight here, she kills one of them, they'll just, you know, pop back down. Makes it a lot easier. But still a little bit of a time-consuming effort. Alright, what do we do? Actually, let's kill you first, because... Well... She's gonna take a while, so... might do that. And then let's think. We need to go to Greyfell. We need to go to Windholm. Anywhere else? Tricksters and Greyfell. Amra and Leia, we need to go to Leonon. That's right. That's actually the main quest we want to do this map. So, let's not forget that. I actually almost forgot. I'll be honest with you. I almost did forget. Anything cool we got? Probably not. I've got so many items. Light... This is actually decent, but it's not as good as what we have, so... We are not going to be using it. Someone else, maybe? Ah, for him, actually. It's not a combo, it doesn't look as nice, but it's better. Yeah, you know what? Might as well. Oh, there we go. Piercing weapons 10. Ah, she left. Alright. Let's kill these demons, and then we can move on. Amra and Leia, how difficult is that quest going to be? I believe not too difficult with the... Well, there's one bit that's gonna be difficult. Wait, we can't finish Amra and Leia. Oh no. We can't finish it, I just remembered. Because... Oh my god, no. Because we're gonna have to go to Craig Unshalach for a part of it. And we're not gonna meet him for a couple more maps. Ah. Well, that's a bummer. What do we do now? Huh. Huh. I completely forgot we have to go to Craig. I mean, what's the best way of doing it, though? Huh. Yeah, no, that's a bit of a bummer now. I'll be honest with you. Because I had hoped we could do it, I just completely forgot about him. I do want to do the quest at once. So I don't want to spread it out too much. I think we might have to push it back. I don't know. I'll give it a thought while we do everything else. That would have been kind of practical, though, to do it now. No, that's unfortunate. I was actually looking forward to it. Ah, there we go. Archer. But you, Mr. Archer, who are you going to be replacing, is the more important question. Because you will be replacing someone, and I believe, for better or for worse, it's gonna be... Is it gonna be Severus? I kind of like the fact that Severus has an aura. Then again, I have that same aura as well. So maybe... The priest we're not replacing, that's for sure. The priest without him would have died like 5 times on this map. So, is it gonna be the Severus guy, even though we just put him in? We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to wait and see. But first, let's do some of the side questing. Starting with Windhole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. And that's A-okay. Now that's a bit of a bummer. The Amra and Leia thing. I had really, really, really hoped that we could do it now. I guess we can not do it, but okay. Well, Southern Windholm, yes. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. I think it takes a while for him to finish the blade for us, which is why I want to do this first, then we'll do the other things, and then we'll get back to him. It takes a while, though I'm not entirely sure how long. Probably coded somewhere, but
Glück auf!
never bothered to look.
Ich habe die Bestandteile des roten Adamantinums zusammen.
Die Herstellung ist schwierig. Ich werde einige Zeit dafür benötigen.
Wie viel Zeit?
Genug, dass es sich für euch lohnt, euch anderswo herumzudrücken. Geht und zerstört irgendetwas oder was euresgleichen sonst so tut.
He's not wrong, so we'll do that. I think, is it just like one day or something? I'm not sure. If anyone knows from the files, if you've ever done like modding or scripting for this game, please do let me know, because I'll be curious to know that. Okay, so Greyfell. Gonna be next up on the menu. First, let's talk to Sartarius.
Ich hoffe, ihr kommt mit eurer Suche nach dem Phönix voran.
Ah, there we go. Extra dialogue.
Wie komme ich nach Mulandir?
Begebt euch von Wispa aus weiter nach Norden. Dort werdet ihr den Gottwall erreichen. Ein hohes Gebirge, das ihr erklimmen müsst. Wenn ihr euch auf seiner Spitze weiter in Richtung Norden haltet, erreicht ihr Mulandir.
Alright. I mean, we're already there, so it doesn't make much sense, but you can ask him before going to Mulandir, so.
Wie soll ich in Mulandir den Phönix finden?
Eure Suche wird nicht einfach werden. Die Archive des Zirkels lagen im Zentrum von Mulandir. Heute müsste dieser ehemalige Stadtkern im Norden der Insel zu finden sein. Ich bezweifle aber, dass sich der Phönixstein noch dort befindet. Nach dem Krieg wurde Mulandir von Plünderern aller Art heimgesucht.
Dann ist der Stein vielleicht gar nicht mehr in Mulandir?
Vielleicht nicht. Dennoch ist es der Ort, an dem ihr eure Suche beginnen solltet. Wenn es irgendwo Hinweise auf den Verbleib des Phönix gibt, dann dort.
Was ist der Phönixstein?
Ich habe die Bibliothek des Ordens nach Hinweisen durchsucht und bin fündig geworden. Der Phönix ist ein uraltes Wesen. Ein Geschöpf aus dem Allfeuer, das schon in den Strömen der Magie gelebt hat, als selbst die Drachen noch jung waren. Der Zirkel lockte es an und bannte es in einen schwarzen Stein. Dort schlummert der Phönix seither und mit ihm die unbändige Kraft des Allfeuers. Seine Macht ist die einzige, die selbst die eines Zirkelmagiers noch übertrifft. Richtig eingesetzt könnte der Phönixstein unsere Rettung bedeuten.
And it will. Just not on this map. Oh, Adhira, you can talk to her right now. Okay, let's do that. For some reason, I thought you can only talk to her at a later point. Huh. Anyone else I missed? Nah. Okay, let's talk.
Ein Runenkrieger. Die Götter mögen euch segnen. Kämpft für uns. Helft uns, die Nordlande zu retten. Ich bin nur eine einfache Apothekerin. Ich kann nur hier sitzen und auf Neuigkeiten aus den Grenzlanden warten. Aber ihr...
Beneidet mich nicht, Frau. Meine Kunst zu töten ist nichts, verglichen mit eurer Kunst zu heilen.
Oh, ihr unterschätzt mich. Auch ich werde kämpfen. Ich werde den Gar brauen. Und ich werde einen Erwählten zu meinem Streiter machen, der es euch gleich tun soll.
Ihr sprecht in Rätseln.
Der Gar ist der Trank des Helden. Er verleiht dem, der ihn trinkt, die Kräfte der Urgewalt. Er macht ihn unbesiegbar. Und er wird kämpfen an meiner Stadt. Leider ist das Blut von 3 mächtigen und gefährlichen Wesen nötig, um ihn zu brauen.
Welche Wesen sind das?
Eine Riesenspinne, ein Dämon und ein Drache. Bitte bringt mir ihre Lebenssäfte. Ihr habt die Macht dazu. Findet diese Wesen und nehmt ihnen ihr Blut.
Es sind seltsame Dinge, die ihr da verlangt, Apothekerin, aber ich werde sie im Gedächtnis behalten.
She seems a little bit unhinged, but okay. A potion that gives you the power of the primal elements. Now, that'd be something to see. Let's just bring those things to her. Let's see if she's full of shit.
Ah, ihr schon wieder.
Ich habe die Seide.
Nun, wurde auch Zeit. Ich werde gleich beginnen.
Ich danke euch, dass...
Still! Ich muss mich konzentrieren. So, hier habt ihr die Robe. Hervorragende Arbeit, wenn ich das bemerken darf.
Nochmals, danke.
Alright, so that's taken care of. We've got the robe. There we go. That no one can use. But eventually they will. I like this robe. It's pretty good. Casting plus 10. Alright, now, Finvi. You I need for... Level 20. It's a mentalist, though. I don't know. Mentalist's always kind of like a... You know, it's a little bit iffy. Right. Now, because I know some people are going to be talking about this, Valdis, I'll sell some things to you. I never paid attention to this, but Valdis apparently has, by far, the best, like, values, I guess? When selling things to her, so... Alright, so there was a little oopsie I had with my recording software, which, if you notice a cut at this point, at any point here with Valdis, it's because of that. Anyhow, to bring you up to speed, we have sold everything to Valdis that we had, and now we have 1,000 gold, which means we're rich. And we're gonna spend some of that gold, you know, buying a couple of things before we continue. Mainly from this guy here, from Hakusan. He's gonna have that one rune I told you about. You I will replace, actually, because I'd much prefer an archer for what's about to come. Do I even have any... Well, I do have decent bows, so... He can have those. Yeah. Seems about right. Seems about right. Agility he doesn't really need. I'd love to give him dexterity. There we go. But then, you know what? Just... After putting this on his head, the only thing I could think about is... Well, you know, having something like this on your head while being an archer seems a little bit, you know, unfavorable. It says we can't use these. We definitely can, so... But yeah, that, I don't know, it doesn't seem like a good thing. Anyhow, we will talk to Flink here and do his quest. Oh, it's gonna be annoying in post-production. Now I have to join together 2 clips, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, and to be honest with you, it's not. Like, it's not the end of the world. The problem is that, like audio editing and everything, now I kind of have 2 clips to deal with, which can be a bit annoying, so... But hey, it is what it is. Let's talk to him.
Ich hab nichts gesehen. Ist da lang gelaufen. Moment mal, euch kenne ich doch.
Oh.
Ja, der größenwahnsinnige Held. Ihr erinnert euch?
Natürlich, das Grauschattental. Die Untoten. Und ihr habt uns da rausgehauen.
Es wundert mich, dass ihr überhaupt etwas davon mitbekommen habt. Ihr habt euch ja recht schnell aus dem Staub gemacht.
Die Geschäfte, mein Freund, die Geschäfte.
Businesses.
Was eure Geschäfte angeht...
Ja?
Ich habe euren Freund Cassius Demer gefunden. Oder besser, wie ihr es ausgedrückt habt, was von ihm übrig war.
Ah, das ja. Ja, und?
Er hatte dieses goldene Bruchstück bei sich.
Was? Das ist alles? 3-mal verflucht. Jetzt bleibt nur noch Veit.
Veit?
Er muss den letzten Teil des Schlüssels haben. Aber jetzt komme ich nicht mehr an ihn ran. Ich hätte ihn fast gehabt. Jetzt hat er mich ausgetrickst. Und nun sitzt er wieder gut bewacht unter seinen Leuten. Verflucht. Wenn ich könnte, ich würde ihm sein Herz rausreißen. Aber was kann ich schon gegen seine Söldner ausrichten?
Ihr nichts, aber ich.
Ihr? Das sind mindestens 2 Dutzend harte Söldner. Die fressen euch zum Frühstück.
Ich bin ein Runenkrieger. Vergesst das nicht.
Des Wahnsinns fette Beute, das seid ihr. Aber gut, wenn ihr so verrückt sein wollt, Veit und seine Bande haben sich im Schattenhain breit gemacht, jetzt wo die Elfen weg sind. Sucht ihn und gerbt ihm das Fell. Er besitzt genauso ein Bruchstück wie Cassius. Bringt es mir.
It's interesting how he seems to forget that we literally pushed back an army of the undead. I don't... like, you know, yeah, mercenaries and all of that, but... you know, have a bit more faith in us, Flink. Just a little bit. It'll do you well. Now, when I play this, I never, and I mean never, like to make an army, because it just takes way too long. So instead of that, what I'll... should I make an army? Nah. Nah, not really, no. Instead of making an army, I will make... what's it called? I will make... rune heroes. I can't believe it took me so long to remember the word rune hero. But hey. Yeah, I'm gonna make rune heroes. You see, there's the mercenaries. There's actually quite a few, and they've got quite the high level. So there are tough nuts to crack, definitely. I might need to make a couple of recruits at least. Just to kind of, you know, split up the focus. There are a couple of elves up here, but these are... well, honestly, putting it very lightly, they're useless. Like, they're horribly underleveled here. Nothing they can do will help us in any sort of way, and there's quite a few of these, so... even titans. So we might as well make something. Oh, I need to change my spells. When my game recording software kind of crashed, I had to re-enter the game. Luckily, I had a quick save very close to where we talked to Valdez. But it still kind of sucked, so... there we go. Alright. They're level 9, but, you know... better level 9 than no level at all. It's really just for them to be on the side, though. Like, I'm not expecting them to be any good here. Maybe instead of recruits, I should get archers. Or clerics. No, but clerics on this map might be a little bit tricky, because Aria is just so scarce. Well, let's make these first, and then try our luck. Usually how I do this is I'll just kind of, you know, pull them towards me. So it'll be, you know, pull like 3 or 4, kill them, go back, pull the next 3 or 4, and just keep going in a circle, pretty much, for that. So, something we could do. It's gonna take a while, but hey. For this one, I will... I also haven't given him the new thing yet, have I? No. There we go. Perfect. Wait, is this a fit? Might be. Looks similar enough, but a doublet, man. I don't want to wear a doublet. Nothing screams warrior like a doublet. Alright, you guys are gonna get me some wood. Honestly, I don't think we'll need more than what's here, so just make it here. Oh no, I forgot that they share room power. Make me my heroes first. Hero monument, so hero monuments, sorry, and regular monuments share room power. Which means that if you make both at the same time, like you just saw here, it becomes painfully slow. That's my bad, I guess. Right, you guys just go to Sinman, you know. So she's got someone to talk to. Did I do everything else, though? I had to redo a couple of things. Because even though I had a quick save that was relatively close, it was still a little bit far, so I had to replay a part of what we had. But that's okay. While I was replaying it, I just, you know, I put the game on times 20 and just blazed through it. So it wasn't too big of a deal, but, you know, a slight annoyance, to put it like that. Can you make me a mine? You can, okay. Don't think I'm gonna go for a... I always forget the smeltery. Is it smeltery? Should be. The smelting works, right? Smeltery is not a word, I think. Anyhow, the smelting works I don't think I need to do on this map. I mean, yeah, the point is that I just want to get 10 units. Just 10. So they can kind of support me, you know, while we're doing it. Marksman... I don't know. Marksman with the upgrade might be a little bit too much. They'd probably be the strongest thing, but a little bit too much. Alright, let's see how this goes. These mercenaries, they are tricky to deal with sometimes, but not too bad. It just depends on how many you fight at once. If you become overzealous, like I like to be sometimes, they will absolutely just mow you over. But I feel like this group, let me just quick save, this group should be fine. Should, I don't know if it will. Just to be on the safe side, let's use this, and I want you to stick here. He doesn't need to fight, he just needs to be there to heal. Yeah, no, we're doing fine damage to them. One of the reasons why having close combat fighters is just so overpowered in this game. Like, obviously the mages are good for support, but at this stage, I'd wager, you know, having someone who can tank is more important than anything else. And that actually gave us quite a bit of XP. Let's go. Alright, you make me a forge. There we go. Now the apostates are kind of annoying, but we'll deal with them. I do like that the game gives you a reason to go back to certain maps. I can definitely see how something like this might be annoying to people, where they say like, oh, I just went to that map, you know, I don't want to do it again, but I'll be honest with you, I like it. I think it's a nice thing, overall. Alright, let's make 10 scouts. The reason why I'm making scouts is because I really don't want any recruits to take up aura of healing stacks when we fight. So we're gonna have to make do with scouts. You are the tankiest one, so you can go first. Actually, not just that you're the tankiest one, but I can give you patronize. To be a little bit more protective here. Patronize? You do this here, please. Oh, that's just... oh my god, I keep forgetting how good this is. Even though my last character that I played was exactly this, salvo plus true shot, it's super, super strong. I mean, look at what it does to them. Jesus, alright. I mean, that combo is so good, we might just have to wait for it to be back up before we move in. Alright, one more taken care of. I don't think we'll need the scouts, but you know, just to be on the safe side. If nothing else, they can help focus fire on something, so... we get a little bit of help from them. This might also be the only time I ever make scouts, apart from Greyfell, when you first play it, so... map number 1. Alright. Let's take care of you. And you guys, you can walk up. You know, I've talked about this on the guard wall in the last episode. Titans in SpellForce 1 are not that powerful. Which is a good thing, all things considered, because imagine if this was a proper, like, super strong Titan. I always keep comparing them to SpellForce 2, and someone pointed it out in the comments, it's like, yeah, they're not that strong, but, you know, SpellForce 1 Titans just don't require any slots, any unit slots, right? Whereas SpellForce 2 Titans do. Yes, that's true. But I would argue that even if the SpellForce 2 Titan took 10 unit slots, so double of what it does right now, it would still be better. Because they're so good. They're really strong, like. It's hard to even draw a comparison, because there's like, you know, night and day between the two. I like how there's a goblin I forgot to loot. You get looted now, don't worry, goblin. So, for this one, this might be a bit tricky, there's a lot of them here. This will be fine, but this one, I kind of want to pull them. You do that, thank you. You guys can stand a little bit in the back. I will be here together with Bale. The priest can be like this, and all of us are gonna fight. Let's go. Are they gonna ignore Teher? No, they will not. Okay. I'm in the middle of it, but it's fine. At least I don't have to click for my character to attack other people. Which is one of the big banes of this game. Alright, looking good. By the way, let me know if the video quality is any different. Like, obviously, I can check while I'm editing. But the problem is, in the editor, you usually only have a preview. And you don't often see the whole, like, thing, you know? So, if there's any noticeable difference in quality, apart from the fact that we are in 16:9 right now. Ooh. Oh my god. Oh my god, what the hell happened there? I'm dead? No? Okay, I'll live. Oh my lord, alright. Note to self, don't run into the apostates. Oh my, okay. Now that was closer than it should have been. Why me though? Why me? There's like 20 other people here. Just focus them. Jesus. Alright guys, let's go in. No, but there's like really 20 other guys there. What's the point in focusing me? I mean, I guess I did run in first, truth be told. Again. I need to watch myself, actually. I need to watch myself. Check myself before I wreck myself, kind of thing. Kind of funny how they're just waiting here. Okay, guys, you think they need help? Nah, they're fine. They're doing great. They're even looking. Looking us straight in the eye and just not helping. Alright, this time you're gonna tank. I think she takes less damage than I do. Which is funny. Does she have more HP? She might have. 3-2. Oh, she does. Okay, okay. It's got quite a lot more HP, actually. Even though... Does she have an item that gives her that? Oh, the shield. Right, right. Okay, we're gonna wait up a little bit. Just for our character to be a little healthier moving into the next one. Alright, we waited enough. Let's go. Right, let's do it with the salvo true shot combination this time. And do it with the apostates, please. Ah, I think it bugged out. Oh my god, 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 no, 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 please no. Please no. Why am I being so careless? All of a sudden. See, that's one of the difficult things when you're doing a Let's Play. You just kind of don't look for half a second and this happens. So I need to run, actually. Oh my lord, okay. Well, I still have him, and as long as he keeps healing and they get their hands full with other things... It's killed the apostate. Okay, okay. Who's the lowest one? Tab? You are pretty low. Just leave him, please. Like, as long as they're busy with the other people here, that's fine. Unnecessarily stressful. Actually, not even close. Who am I kidding? We nailed this. We nailed this as best as we could. Fight's gonna be over here. I always found it interesting that they have Wolfgar clothing on. They're not related to Wolfgar in any way, at least. The games don't imply that, so... Interesting. Would be kinda cool, though, if the mercenaries were... I guess Wolfgar outlaws, like people who were part of House Wolfgar but just decided to leave, took their equipment with them and joined fight. Would make sense, looking at the models. But then again, models in SpellForce 1, there's a limited amount of them, so... I always felt like it's not a very conclusive way of speaking about things. But it could be. Truth is, we just do not know. There's simply not enough information, so... Alright, anything we can do while we wait? Damn, that was way too close. Way, way too close. Let me quick save that, actually. But I think it was only that close because Tear didn't have mana. Maybe I should use Mana Tap with him, sometimes. Seems like a generally sound thing to do. How is this a one-hand weapon, by the way? Look at this. Have any of you ever held a sledgehammer? Like, you know, just kind of like a big, big hammer? Because I have, many times, and you don't hold a sledgehammer like that. Like, maybe it's balanced differently, maybe it's something like a Morningstar, where the top is, you know, light enough, but still, like, look at it, I mean, it's huge. But this too, just looks like, yeah. Looks like a two-handed weapon, definitely. Nah. I'm not buying it. Maybe she's super strong, but I'm not buying it. You'd have to be... whoo, to do that. Alright. Now let's get this over with. Fight, please don't go first. Alright, that should be fine. He might die, but, you know, it's whatever. As long as I don't. Maybe I should actually help fighting the bad guys here. And if we're lucky, it's gonna give us level 20, this whole endeavor. And new piercing weapons. Alright. So he died. I should be able to loot him. There we go. Now let's go back to Flink. We'll go back and pick up our blade, because it should be done. And that's probably going to be the end of this episode. Amra and Leia, like I said earlier, I do want to do it. I really do. However, I'm probably going to keep it for a little bit longer. Once we get to Craig, I will do it. Maybe I will do a special episode just for the Amra and Leia quest. Just kind of like a short episode. Because it's such a great quest. It's a long quest, right? But maybe I'll do that. I'll see. If not, I'll just include it in one of the episodes later. In either case, we will do it, so no worries about that. Alright. Let's see. Scroll of Regeneration. That's nice. Alright, Order of Dawn, let's go. In fact, let's walk like this. I did talk to her, didn't I? Blood, yeah, I did, okay. Thought I You can go through this, but okay. We'll do it your way, we'll go like that. Any rune warriors we can buy? I feel like there is someone, somewhere, that we can kind of get, but I just don't know where. Not here, no. She's got very beginner loot. Like, super beginner.
Oh, ist das euer Geldbeutel? Wie kommt der denn hierher?
I love Flink.
Hier, das Bruchstück.
Zerbo ist mir gnädig. Seid bedankt, großer, starker Krieger.
Wofür ist dieser Schlüssel eigentlich?
Aber, wer wird denn so viele Fragen stellen?
Reizend. Sowas in der Art hatte ich befürchtet.
Seht ihr? Ihr lernt schnell. Nun gabt euch wohl.
Na. We need something for this.
Also gut, hier. Das bin ich euch wohl schuldig.
Yeah. You're damn right you are. What did we get? Malak. Are you kidding me? Nah. What did we get? Oh, that one. Huh. It's actually not bad. It's actually really good. Hell yeah, thanks, Flink. The continuation of this quest is actually in Breath of Winter, which I also love. The 3 keys he gets in this game are for the Treasure of Tiondria, which he's gonna, get in the next game, so... That's, a nice little, like, multi-game quest, kind of. With different characters, but still. Okay, now Windhelm, and then we're done. Well, I hope we are. I mean, he should be finished with it by now, but... You never know with these dwarves. Sometimes they might take their time. Alrighty. Urak Gursam is also someone who we'll see a couple of times, I think.
Glück auf!
Ist das Adamantinum fertig?
Das ist es in der Tat. Ein prachtvolles Stück, wie es nur ein Zwerg vollbringen kann. Hier, nehmt es.
Thank you. Level 20. Perfect. Now we go to Skarvik. Ah, man, I knew this would be the case, but I had hoped maybe I could do it with piercing. I can't. Which is too bad, but hey. We do have piercing 9, so we can use these. How much better they are, though. They're quicker. They are quicker. But I think I do want to keep the Eye Stinger. Because, you know, Eye Strike, obviously. So I'll keep that one. Maybe like this. It doesn't matter. And then the Earthblade, we'll see if we can give it to someone. Oh wait, we don't need to go to Skarvik. Why did I think... Well, anyhow. We don't need to go to Skarvik. We will go to... Mulandir. Old University. And we'll save here. So, save Mulandir 1. And yeah, after I'm done cutting these parts of the video together, I would like to thank you for watching. Again, as always, Discord below. Let me see you there. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, with that, until the next episode, which should be out in a couple of days. Bye-bye.